Hello guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. Today I'm just going to be playing on my main account, just doing some attacks, clearing some bases, and I think I'm going to use RCVM, Rifleman, C, Carniers, V, Z, Z, not V, which is all the troops I'm using: Riflemen, Cryoneers, Medics, and Zookas. And I always bring Everspark just because I like Everspark's critters. It's a nice passive ability, and the critters will walk in front of the Riflemen. So first we're starting out with Dr. T. Let's just bard it down and try to get to the later stages as fast as possible. So now I haven't used this combination. I don't really know if it's that relevant anymore now that Bombardiers came out, but RCZM was one of the biggest and strongest attack combinations in Boom Beach a couple years ago. That's before Bombardiers came out. I mean, I know Bombardiers came out earlier this year, but I'm talking about old Boom Beach days after Cryoneers came out. This was the meta people used. People use this meta and tanks at a high level, not combined, but separate. I would say those are the two really main combinations that people use. And also, people do use like Smoky Hookah or Smoky Zookas when necessary, but I definitely see it more common for people to use like a smoky version of the RCZM. It's so hard to say. I used to be so good at it, but I think I always said V instead of Z, which is wrong. It's supposed to be Z. But anyway, what's nice about this combination is you have a lot of Riflemen. I go 3 Riflemen, 3 Zookas, 1 Medic, 1 Cryoneer. The Cryoneers kind of slows stuff down. I don't really know if it's necessary or if it's worth it to bring Cryoneers. I just always do because Cryoneers are cool, and this is the only combination Cryoneers are used in. Honestly, I feel kind of bad for the Cryoneers. You don't really use them that often. So, poor guys. They just want to have some fun and be used. But then again, Warriors, you only use those for one combination also. But Warriors are special because they're actually good. I mean, I know this as a whole is good, but Warriors are the whole good troop versus Cryoneers make up only a fourth of this combination. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is Cryoneers are kind of useless, and I wish there were more combinations where they are better. Or they're better used in. We're just gonna flare to the core. Honestly, I'm trying to get to some player bases in today's video after we defeat Dr. T. So Dr. T, good for loot, good for power stones. I need to get power stones. A lot of people ask me, Christian, how do you have so much power stones? What's funny is, back when we were trying to get new people to watch our YouTube channel, back when we weren't the biggest English Boom Beach channel, we tried to make videos that would cater to certain types of people, and we made like how to get the most amount of loot or how to get power stones. So I ended up saving up, and I don't really boost up stuff if it isn't for video. So that's why I have so many crystals in here. It's because I've been playing Boom Beach for 5.5 years, and I rarely boost up my stuff. And I have over 1,000 power powder, which is absolutely insane. I pretty much have a dark stone something going. I don't log on every time something ends to start my next power stone or to start my next structure or whatever, even though I probably should, because it would make it, I'd be able to go through stuff a lot faster, but I don't see that being necessary at this point. I also think that there really does have to be a change with the way, ooh, let's take down that, perfect. There definitely has to be a change with the way the convert button works for shards. It sucks. You spend 10 diamonds to convert something, 7 shards to 1 crystal, you spend 10 diamonds to do that, and it's the worst. Like, it's not good. You can't do them all at once even. Like, you can't convert all of your shards. You have to do each one at a time. It saves you 10 diamonds if you have to gym up the sculptor, but no one, I feel like no one actually needs to gym it up unless you have a ton of them and you want to make a cool video. We're not going to make a cool video because that's a lot. And I actually think Jimmy did. He converted all of his shards and he spent so much money. He spent like $100 or something. So I don't even know. I'll show you what I mean. You could go in here, you could hit convert. It only charges you for one, versus you saw me converting my my fragments earlier. You can convert all of them instantly. Now, I don't know if there has to be a charge. I understand why they would want a charge, but I honestly don't think they're making that much money. Or even before the update, they were making that much money from people spending diamonds. Of course, I don't know the stats, but I honestly don't think they were making that much money from people spending diamonds to gym up guardians. It's an hour wait. Like, people have self-control and they can wait an hour. I know that more maxed out players might need crystals or might need power powder as fast as possible, and they have to, but the majority of people, I feel like, don't need that. So, I mean, it'd be a huge quality of life improvement, let me tell you. Even if you can convert them all at once and just spend the sum of the diamonds, of course, it'd be kind of annoying to spend that much diamonds. It'd be like, I think I computed, it cost me like $100 to compute all of my shards when the update dropped. Anyway, I'm going to be done talking about that. Power stones are hard to get. It takes a while to get them, but you can get power stone chance. You could boost the quantity of stuff you get, not the quality. And it honestly does make a huge difference. It really does. So I would honestly recommend getting that if you want to get and you want to farm up stuff, because it does help. It's one of the statues that actually makes a difference when it comes to your base. I know that doesn't really seem like it's helping, but you do get a ton more fragments when you have it boosted. It really does make a difference. And you could get it up to 75% if you get a maxed out one. So, but if you're having a hard time getting loot, I would say probably go with a resource reward over a power stone masterpiece. Power stones are cool and all, but you need loot. Loot to upgrade should be your number one thing. But that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, so don't look at my crystals and my shards and my power stone or my power powder and say, oh, how do you get so much? It's because I've been playing for so long and I barely use it. There's not much more to it. The more you play, the more stones you're going to get. If you want to save them up, you can. That's what I did. No reason I'm really saving them up besides for just I don't need to spend them. Okay. See how easy that was? I literally just dropped my troops and my troops destroyed the base. It was stage 7, which is always hard. I got 1 guaranteed crystal. You get a guaranteed crystal from defeating stage 6. You get a guaranteed crystal from defeating stage 7. Now we can jump on to some player bases when the bases actually matter. Now a lot of top players, like I said earlier, they're going to smoke your RZCM to a good position and then take out the base. I might do an attack like that a little bit later. I just honestly suck with smoking anything that's not warriors or not Zukas. I know that Zukas are included in this strategy, but it's just a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, so I kind of lost all of my troops. So all of my riflemen, which is my buffer. And I need to save up for a shock because I need to shock the hotbot. I'm getting destroyed out here, guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to defeat this base. We're going to redo it. Maybe I'll do a smoky combination. I think I will. I'll do a smoky combination or something. I just hacked that flame. Ooh, actually, we will defeat it. That's super cool. But I hacked that flame for the sole purpose of just keeping the hot pot up longer. I knew it was going to be the flame because it was the closest thing to my hero. And normally you'd hack to distract buildings and not to take, or to take out the building that you want hacked. I just have to make sure the machine gun doesn't take out my Zookas, because that's my one troop left. I need to stay alive. Yeah, but you don't hack for that defense to take down other defenses. That's not really a thing unless you can hack some boom cannon that's crazy boosted up or something. But look at this. They're in a park right there. Very nice position. Let's actually flare just a little back so my flamethrower, or his flamethrower, doesn't hit my troops. Well, let's sit on the core. I'm really glad I took down this base. I kind of just dropped my troops and hoped they would defeat the base. I still think like tanks are probably a better combination than RCZM, or RZCM is also the right acronym, just a different order. So let me know down below. I'm honestly really curious if a lot of you players out there, a lot of our viewers use this combination, and if you do, what medal count are you? Where are you in your victory points? Because I want to know if it's more higher level players or lower level players. It is an expensive combination compared to something like tanks, because you don't really lose tanks if you have bullet. Tanks, bullet, energy drink, still by far the best combination in my opinion. I mean, I love warriors, but tanks and bullet, you don't really lose troops unless you kind of suck. Well, unless you hit a hard base, I guess. This is going to be more fun. This is going to be a lot more fun. Easier, way easier also. Ooh, he has a Flotsam. I actually need to take down the Flotsam. Not only does it completely okay, I just wasted way too much energy on it. Not only does it completely obliterate all of your troops, but it also, the firing of the cannon destroys a couple riflemen every couple seconds, which actually really sucks. Doesn't seem like it would deal a lot of damage, but it does. It's pretty bad. Oh jeez. Dr. Kavan, Second Wind, I think is also a good hero to bring for this troop combination. I just don't really like it. I just like Everspark's passive ability way more than I like Dr. Kavan's passive ability. I know he heals up and it's good for riflemen and it's good for Zookas, but I just prefer Everspark's critters. That's just my personal opinion. I guess there might be bases where it's better to bring Everspark, but that is not something I run into. So I want to do one more base, and I want to try like a flaring technique, just so you guys can see generally how it works. Like I said before, it is a little bit different. So you flare up to a side you want to take out. You're not flaring to the core. You're flaring away from defenses to avoid everything. So we're just going to keep dropping flares. I don't really know how to do this any better way, but I just want my troops to be grouped and not all die. And we're going to drop some shocks on the heavy splash. And I'm just going to let my troops go. It's okay if some go up. I think the majority of them will stay around this area. Again, we're going to keep dropping shocks on the weekends. And we're just going to let them go towards the core. So this is kind of the strategy I see top players using. I'm talking about leaderboard players. At least when I pushed a while back, and also when I watched some YouTubers push, they kind of just try to flank bases and take them out using this strategy. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like as always. Again, let me know down below if you're using these and also at what victory points. And I'll talk to you in the next Boom Beach video. Bye.